The inspiration behind the Chedi Katara is really one that is collaborative between ourselves and our client. They came to us with a really strong vision, one that represented Doha, had a sense of place, drew inspiration from the people and its location on the Arabian Gulf. The inspiration for the architecture is actually Mughal. You'll see that through the interior and the exterior. And you'll see elements and references to Isfahan in Persia, but also multifoil arches that start to come through a lot of the different spaces. There's this comfortable human scale proportion to the building that comes through a lot of the interior spaces, and then that's complemented with some of these more grand spaces, which is something that I think the guests really start to appreciate as they move through a sequence of different experiences within the hotel. The hotel's location is right on the beach, so the element of nature starts to really inspire us through the color palette, through the architectural connection with the site. From an interior perspective, we wanted to really bring in natural light and this sense of being connected with the location. We really wanted to embrace the culture of Qatar. And part of that understanding is about this idea of sequence of spaces, layering of spaces, but also privacy. So for example, here in the restaurant, you can see that there's a sense of sequence and a sense of layering for the guest experience, that we create these smaller, more intimate zones within a larger whole. That idea of residential quality is especially evident in the chalets. So there's a number of different chalets or villas across the property, and they really are a home away from home. The sequence of different rooms connected with private pools and their gardens. It's also evident in the spa and the cigar lounge. Darker, more moodier spaces that are quite a contrast to a lot of the other public areas that are quite light and bright, but there's still that same theme of craft, of residential quality, and of layering. At the heart of the guest rooms is a central bed that faces out, that's within its own crafted piece of joinery and headboard. And the form and the shape of that is really inspired by Mughal architecture. So you'll see really warm timbers and that natural oak that comes through and adds layering and depth to the space. And then the other element that is quite evident from the facade of the building and also through to the interiors is this really beautiful green tone. And that was something that we were inspired by from palaces in Rajasthan, and also from our connection with nature and bringing that color in so that the guest feels this seamless connection between the interior and the exterior. From my observation and my experience for this hotel, there's this really beautiful sort of human scale quality. So you get these really generous spaces, but then architecturally you also get this really strong sense of human character that makes a really comfortable guest experience.